Imagine a patient in a hospital bed. Their body is completely still. Maybe they look like they're just sleeping. But inside, their brain is actually suffering from this massive, damaging electrical storm, like a severe seizure.
Yeah, and it's honestly terrifying because it goes against, everything we assume a seizure looks like. There's no convulsions, no shaking. It's just this invisible threat.
Exactly. And since we are exploring the source material today as your guides, and just a quick reminder for you, we are definitely not medical professionals,
Yeah.
but our mission for this deep dive is looking at how a new AI technology is actually detecting these hidden seizures to save brain function.
Right. And to really understand why this is such a huge breakthrough, we have to look at the reality of a neurological ICU. Like 90% of seizures there are non-convulsive.
Wait, 90%? That is massive.
It is. The patient might be on paralytics or just, too sick for the electrical chaos in their brain to actually translate to muscle movement, but their brain is still burning through energy.
Right, which means the clock is ticking.
Exactly. If that goes on for just 30 minutes, morbidity skyrockets. I mean, we're talking irreversible brain damage or permanent loss of function. And the standard medications actually stop working as well at that point.
Wow. So if the body is completely still, the only way to even see that electrical storm is with an EEG monitor? The standard EEGs, I mean, they require rolling in this massive, heavy cart, right?
Yeah, and that's not even the hardest part. You then need a specialized technician.
Oh, right, with like up to 2 years of training just to spend an hour gluing electrodes to the patient's scalp.
Precisely. And because of all that friction, the median wait time to actually get a conventional EEG is over 25 hours.
Which completely misses that critical 30-minute window to prevent permanent damage. It's like needing a smoke alarm because you smell something burning.
But instead of buying one off the shelf, you have to call a specialist to come wire one from scratch.
Yes, while your living room is actively filling with smoke.
That is a perfect analogy.
Hmm.
And that massive delay is exactly what this new tech, the Ceribell system, was built to eliminate.
Okay, so how does it work?
Well, it replaces the heavy cart and all that blue with a simple pocket-sized device. It just connects to a headband. Any bedside nurse can slip it onto a patient in like 6 minutes.
6 minutes instead of 25 hours, that blows my mind. But the craziest part to me is how it actually delivers the data. It has this feature called a brain stethoscope.
Oh, the brain stethoscope is brilliant. It literally translates electrical brain waves into audio.
Yeah, so instead of needing a neurologist to read those, squiggly lines on a chart, a nurse can just put on headphones and listen.
Right, because normal brain activity sounds like gentle, rhythmic waves.
But a seizure sounds like an escalating, chaotic siren. You can literally hear the brain seizing.
Democratizing that diagnostic ability is huge. But the system doesn't rely entirely on human hearing, obviously. It uses an AI algorithm named Clarity.
Right, and Clarity is continuously monitoring those electrical signals.
Exactly. It analyzes the data every 10 seconds to calculate what they call a seizure burden.
So it's basically analyzing a rolling 5-minute window to figure out the density of the seizure activity rather than just looking for a single spike.
You hit the nail on the head. If it detects the patient is slipping into status epilepticus, which is that dangerous continuous state of seizing, the AI sounds an alarm.
And catching that continuous seizing earlier naturally translates to way better outcomes. Like, the data shows patients monitored with Ceribell have a 4-day shorter ICU stay.
And more importantly, there is an 18% decrease in patients leaving the hospital with poor functional disability scores.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
And this isn't just for adults, right?
No, not at all. We're seeing those saved outcomes in pediatric care now, too. The newly rolled out pediatric clarity algorithm is catching over 94% of suspected status epilepticus cases in children.
Over 94%. But that actually brings up a major concern for me. If we have an AI flagging abnormal brain activity in a developing child, false alarms seem, incredibly risky.
Oh, absolutely. Pumping a kid full of heavy neurosuppressant drugs just because an AI hallucinated a seizure could do real harm.
Exactly. So how do they handle that risk?
Well, that's where the algorithm's negative predictive value comes in. It sits at an incredible 99.8%.
Okay, 99.8%. What does that actually mean in practice?
It basically means the AI is ultra-conservative. It rarely cries wolf. When it says the patient's brain is safe, doctors can trust it nearly 100% of the time.
Oh, I see. So they can confidently rule out a seizure and avoid those aggressive, unnecessary medications we were just talking about.
Precisely. It completely shifts the risk calculation for the entire medical team.
That makes total sense. Which actually makes me want to ask you, the listener, directly. Does your local hospital ER have this technology available?
It's definitely worth knowing. If you or a family member ever face this invisible threat, you'd want the fastest detection possible.
Totally. And the applications are only growing, right? Like, didn't Ceribell recently get FDA clearance to monitor delirium too?
They did, yeah. And delirium is a huge issue. It affects up to 80% of ventilated ICU patients.
Wow.
Yeah, and suffering from ICU delirium increases the risk of post-ICU dementia by 60%.
60%. If AI can make brainwave monitoring this fast and accessible, it really begs the question, how long until a continuous EEG is just a standard vital sign?
Right, alongside a heart rate monitor or a blood pressure cuff.
Exactly. Because when the smoke is invisible, you definitely want the alarm already on the wall. Catch you on the next deep dive.